Time. Hey everybody, it's Greg Harrelson here with Century 21, the Harrelson Group, of course, with my my co-host and real estate partner, Abe Safa, and we are going to just share another episode of Myrtle Beach Real Estate TV and share some things that are going on. I think, Abe, we're going to talk about new construction right now, and can Myrtle Beach handle all the new construction that's being built? When you drive around town, it's amazing at how many trees get cleared and dirt gets moved around and houses start popping up. So, it really shows that there's a lot of signs that there's a lot of new construction. But let's talk about this a little bit and see if the market can handle it.
Yeah. It's hard to have a conversation with a homeowner, especially if they've been here a while, and not have it pop up, them asking about all the building that's been going on around here.
Yes.
So builder confidence, not just here locally, but nationally, is on the rise. I think what builders are seeing over the last 3 or 4 months is that there's still a shortage of inventory. There's not enough homes on the market for sale, not enough multifamily properties for sale right now, and that the buyer demand is still up there, still pretty good. So buyer confidence is going up, and they seem to be putting more and more stuff out, or at least starting more, having more housing starts.
Yes. Yeah. When it comes to, what about the inventory levels right now? Are we really seeing much increase in inventory levels? Because it doesn't look like it.
We're not. It's still somewhere in around 2.6, 2.7 months supply. It's been there for about 4 months now. It's stable.
Yes.
As soon as something hits the market, it's selling fairly quickly, or it's just sitting there.
Yes.
But what's happening is it's selling at the same pace roughly as it's hitting the market, so it's really not changing much. And I think builders are seeing that. As a matter of fact, last week I'm going to show you some numbers here. Last week I was kind of curious as to all the closed sales that we've had this year, because sales are down. I want to say maybe 30% for the year. How many of them were new construction, and how many were resales in this market? So as of June 21st, again, these are numbers I pulled last week. There was 4,955 homes that sold. So these are homes that hit the market, went on the contract, and actually closed. So these are sold properties. They're just single-family homes in Horry County, or in Georgetown County. Out of those 4,955, 2,671 were resales, and 2,284 were new construction. So roughly 46% of all sales so far this year have been new construction. So it's a big chunk. Now, looking at pending, there's 2,158 pending as of last week. Out of those, 60% are new construction. So I think that's what, kind of like we were talking about a second ago, I think builders are seeing that, hey, there's an opportunity here to sell more homes because of buyer demand. So out of those 2,158, 1,298 that are pending right now under contract with buyers are new construction, and only 860 are resales. So buyers are choosing new construction homes right now because that's what's out there right now. And plus, honestly, builders, since they're in control of the whole process, they're able to be more creative right now and actually help buyers with mortgage rates. So give them more favorable mortgage rates. So they're not quite immune to the high mortgages right now, but they have more flexibility than a reseller does with their home.
Yes. Yeah. Can you imagine what the market would be like if there was no new construction? Because inventory levels are already really low.
Right.
If there wasn't new construction, I guess the buyers would still be here, but there'd be no inventory to buy, and our market would almost come to a standstill. So when I think of, can the Myrtle Beach market handle all the new construction, according to the numbers that you're sharing, it looks like we can. Now, I guess what would the market look like if we were to say, no, we cannot handle it? If the new developers were building at a faster pace, and that was causing inventory to accumulate and then put downward pressure on resales, existing inventory, then that would be at a time where we would say, gosh, I don't know if we can handle this, because we normally are representing a resale owner. So in that particular case, new construction might be driving prices down. But the key is we're just not seeing that at this moment.
No, we're definitely not seeing that. And sorry, Greg, I'm working from home today, and the landscaper just wants to do the grass right outside my window, and he wants to kind of just stay there.
Got
So
it.
excuse me for
Understood.
the background noise there. I mean, yeah, no. So I mean, look, there's opportunities out there. Inventory is still really low for both buyers. I mean, for sellers of resale and for builders. Builders, they can't build them fast enough. People are still moving into this area in droves. So they can't build them fast enough. And if there was no new construction, God, I'd hate to see what would happen to our inventory and then our pricing down here with homes. What would happen to them because of the imbalance between demand and supply right now.
Yes. Yeah, that's right. That's right. And now I know that I've kind of talked to some developers and engineers and whatnot. And one of the things I think that one of the reasons why they're not even building more than they're currently building is there are some builders in the building industry is still a little bit leery of what's going to happen in the economy, and they also want to be careful at maybe accumulating too many land positions, pulling too many permits, starting too many homes at the same time, because they don't want to also build too much inventory for themselves and then have it sitting and losing money while it's built and it's just sitting there unsold. So it's like I feel like as a market we need more inventory, at least a little bit more inventory, to meet the buyer demand, but the builders are a little bit leery about increasing the amount of build. So it's just one of those things that we know that building could be a solution to get more transactions going on and circulating through the economy, but the builders are just a little bit gun shy. They don't want to expose themselves to too much risk right now.
Yeah, that's a great point. They're definitely more optimistic than they were, say, back in November, December, but they're still very cautiously optimistic right now.
Yes.
When you look at what's out there as far as inventory on the market active, there's 2,485 homes. Again, as of last week, this isn't today numbers, but it's not going to change much. Out of those, 1,156 are new construction. So 46% of the inventory that's out there right now is new construction, and a big chunk of those aren't even built yet.
Yes.
They're either under construction or to be built. It's not actual physical homes that you can close on and move into within 30 days.
Yeah, it's just like a building plan that they're saying that we could put on this lot, and they put a price on it, and then they don't start building it until somebody's contracted on it.
That's correct. Yeah. So there's not a whole lot of options out there right now for buyers still.
And that's a great example of how they're optimistic, cautiously optimistic. Is they may have bought this land, but in the past, what these builders will do when their confidence is really high, they'll just start building it as a spec home, and they with the confidence that somebody's going to buy it before they finish it. Now they're saying, we're not going to build as many spec homes. Let's get it sold before we start buying it, so then we can reduce that risk. That's always a sign when they start building a lot of spec homes, and that tells us their confidence is increasing.
Right. So the answer to the question, can the Myrtle Beach market handle all the new construction? So far, yes.
Yes.
Right. It hasn't been detrimental to resales.
Yes, I agree. And so for those of you that are driving around the market and you're worried that, oh my gosh, all this construction is going to destroy our market, that's really not the scenario. There's no evidence that that's going to happen. As a matter of fact, all this new construction might be helping our market right now because it is providing inventory for the buyer demand that's out there. The resale market is still extremely strong. So if we ever see the resale market suffering because of new construction, then we'll talk about it, and then we'll share with people what the answer is and what the strategies need to be in order to compete. If you were ever wanting to sell and you're in the neighborhood you're selling in, they're still building homes, there's ways to market that property to still compete and maintain your price level. But please give us a call if you need any advice on that. And here's our numbers right here at the bottom of the screen. Abe, thank you again for joining me, bringing this information, and we'll talk again in a week.
Yeah, we won't be around next week, so happy 4th of July, everybody. Be safe, have fun, and we'll see you in a couple weeks.
Okay, take care. Bye-bye.